Picks I was hoping for. It's just myself and Chris at the moment in the stream. So let's give Rogue a quick crack. I think we'll probably just lead off with the Perdition's Blade here. Dragon Slayer, it's just too good of a card. Like, there's so many dragons in the current environment, and there's no guarantee that a card like Cavern Shiny Finder's actually going to find something. I may have already drawn my weapons. There's a few mechs in the format as well. Maybe EMP Operative's actually playable. I've never really thought about that. But it is a little bit understated. I'm not a fan of Hoarding Dragon. It's got nice stats, but the 2 coins can really be painful. And Cold Blood is a fairly solid card, really. Might as well pick it up. Stormwind Champion is Stormwind Champion. It's a solid card, a reasonable pick. Betrayal is... it's one of those lose less cards. You can only really play it when you're suffering from quite a few minions on the other side of the board. And Academic Espionage, a lot of the time it is just 4 mana do nothing, and some of the cards it shuffles into your deck can just be complete garbage. Obviously that's balanced off by the fact that sometimes you get an incredible card that costs 1 mana, but it doesn't really provide any immediate impact. So I think we'll just go with the Stormwind Champion. I don't think you're ever sad to see a Stormwind Champion. I like the Primordial Drake. It's a good impact card, really. Mossy Horror is quite a good pick. It's turning out to be a lot better in this environment than a first thought. The Shadow Blade's also nice. I think they're 3 relatively solid cards. I think for early tempo, the Shadow Blade can be reasonable as well. So I like the Scalebane. I also like the Sap. But I think we go with the Walk the Plank. Like, a lot of the decks we're playing against that I think we'll struggle with are those that just have really big minions. So, if someone makes a Furia setting or something like that, you just want to be able to get it out of the way. So I do think it's important to pick up Walk the Plank when it gets offered to you. Well, there's a little bit of value to Shadow Step at the moment. I mean, we got a Drake. We've got a Dragon Slayer. We do need some minions, though, in this deck. Let's focus on that. Now, the Jungle Panther's nice, because on turn 2, you're going to be using your hero ability a lot of the time just to make a weapon. And the Dread Courser works nicely with both of these weapons as well for sort of some early game tempo. The Sharkfin Fan, I think's actually okay with your hero ability as well. More weapons. Nothing with Death Rattle yet. And yet more Bitter Tide Hydras. Like, the downside to this card's quite big in the current format. There's when you're playing warriors, there's a lot of way warriors can deal 1 damage repeatedly. We only have the 1 beast at the moment, so but maybe we just take it's a solid card, 3 for a 3/4, and try and pick up some more beasts. Well, here's one of those beasts. Violet Worm's too good to pass up. And here's another beast, 3 mana for a 2/2. I think it's better than both of these cards. Got a lot going on at 3 mana here. So we're going to pass on the Tar Creeper for that reason. The Plague Scientist is quite nice, but Fungal Mancer is Fungal Mancer. Another weapon. There are some really, really good weapons in other classes. Like you will be picking up something from a Paladin, usually. One dragon. Not really a whole lot of reason to pick up the Scale Worm, but yeah, I do like this Frozen Elemental because it breaks one of the rules of the game, which is that when you play a minion, you get to attack the turn after. So the Frozen Elemental stops that. They have to wait 2 turns. So it's the same concept behind Rush. That's why I like Rush as a mechanic, because it fundamentally allows you to do something you can't do otherwise. So it creates situations where you can get back into the game where you would otherwise be out of it, really. I think we will take the Scale Worm. It's a beast. We have the Untamed Beastmaster, and we have 1 dragon. Another Academic Espionage. We don't have anything with spell power yet, so you know, the Fisherman's maybe not fantastic, although it is a 2-drop. So maybe we just pick up a Betrayal there. Well, the Minstrel's very nice, but Furious Ettin I think is just a bit too good to pass up. Trying to offer me as many 3-drops as possible this particular draft. You can see just where it says 3 there, it's going off to the roof. Really forcing these 3-drops onto me. Ooh. Now, I do like the Worgen Abomination in this deck because it's quite cheap, and obviously you've got your hero ability as well that can just sort of chip into something, have the Worgen finish it off. The Grizzly is a beast. It does have that going for it. And we have a few 7 and 8 drops already. I think it fits nicely into the curve there. I guess we could take the Swift Messenger here. It's just better statted by 1, 6-2 instead of 5-1. Obviously, a little bit more flexible as well. Second Walk the Plank, yep, seems absolutely fine. Nesting Rock is another fantastic card. It's a beast as well. Ooh, a Sleepy Dragon. I think we can pick one of those up. was good stats on the Frozen Crusher. I'm not sure we need anything more at 3 mana. Another Beastmaster? No. I think the Scorcher's too good. The 1 damage to all other minions. There's lots of ways of really taking advantage of that. Now this one's interesting. Necrian Blade, turn 3 after Loot Hoarder, turn 2. Yeah, I'm sure I saw something else with a Death Rattle. There we go, we've got a Rotten Applebaum. Yeah, not enough. And obviously the Violet Worm, which would be pretty ridiculous. There's a 10 mana play to just play the Worm and then hero ability to destroy your own blade and trigger a lot of 1/1s. It's quite nice. The Blight Nozzle Crawl, obviously, the big downside is very often it's going to die during your opponent's turn and then they're immediately going to kill the 1/1. The Amalgam has a lot of positives to it. Obviously, it's going to eat... it's going to become the victim, should I say, of a Dragon Slayer a lot of the time, but it is a beast, so it will trigger off the Beastmaster, and it is a dragon, which will help. Is the arena meta still as slow? Well, I saw a priest get 12 wins. I mean, it was Crip playing it, but he went 12-0 with priest. All he was playing was hunters and warriors, and the warrior deck is really slow, and the hunter deck's really fast.
Let the games begin.
None can escape my fury.
So all my 3 drops, and all I have to show is this Loot Hoarder. But if we're lucky, our opponent just bings it turn 2, and we get to actually see some new cards.
Prove your worth.
So I'm going to play maybe the Sharkfin Fan next turn. Oh, well, definitely, yeah.
Justice is mine. Stand down.
So basically I want to chuck some guys out there for this Fungal Mancer to get value.
Justice is mine. Stand down.
I've got a huge gun.
There's old Dragon Slayer right on cue. Quite a small Witchwood Grizzly there.
Justice is mine.
Yeah, going first is just so important in this format, you know. Mage has got 9 cards in hand.
Rotten to my core.
Someday I'll be just like you.
Stand down. Justice is mine.
Whole turn of do nothing. Wow, snap freeze. Who takes snap freeze? Oh, that's quite a nice draw.
Justice is mine.
So I could have gone to the face for 4 damage there as well. I think that's a reasonable play. I guess that's lethal. But I'll walk the plank doing the job.
Justice is mine.
It's really hard going second when you're against a deck that's got reasonable tempo, which is what my deck did. I mean, I didn't have a great turn 2 play. You know, I just made a turn 1. I didn't really have anything going for me on turn 3, but it drew into the good cards. And when you've got things like Fungal Mancer that do buff up 2 minions, it just creates that situation with the tempo. It just makes it so hard to get back into the game after that.
Maiev versus Mecha Jaraxxus.
You face Mecha-Jaraxxus!
None can escape my fury.
Well, we're going first again. We're going to chuck the Fungal Mancer back. We just need something a little bit more aggressive. Got both my weapons, which is a little bit awkward. But we've got things going on here, so hopefully we can, what we've got, we can pick up the tempo, and we've got enough to sort of follow through with it afterwards. You know, if we're killing the first 2 minions our opponent makes because of Shadow Blade,
Justice is mine.
maybe even get an Amalgam and a Cold Blood next turn and killing his guy with our weapon again. Or maybe not. So, if we play the Cold Blood here, it forces him to trade like this. Whereas he's going to trade this way otherwise. But I want to do this, maybe the Cold Blood the turn after, just so I can maybe combo it with the Perdition's Blade if needed. I think just forcing through 4 damage isn't good enough by itself. See if he's got a fungal mancer for me. Because of my mossy horror, I'm kind of happy going face there. Any of his minions that are still alive will hopefully die to that. Maybe could have nibbled one away, but even so, it just feels like I'm missing out on some face damage, which I think's important when you're against Warlock. You don't want him tapping all the time. He really should be trading off with his 4-2. I'm not sure why he didn't do that last turn. Ooh, missed out on 2 damage there.
Justice is mine.
Face. I'll just keep it there as a threat for a bit longer. Yeah, it's me just rushing a bit too fast there on my turn. I suddenly went, oh yeah, it kills one of my guys as well, doesn't it? Awkward! And finally, he's took like 6 unnecessary damage there. So I was just working out my following turns. Obviously, I'm thinking Fungal Mancer in the middle, and then Perdition's Blade combo finish off the 3-2. So that's why I froze the 3-2 rather than freezing the 2-3 there.
You're so sweet.
Locked and loaded.
Soulfire. Oh, okay. Well, that's lethal. So that was a fun game.
The world is still doomed.
Easy life. We went first in 2 games, and this is a deck that'll do really well going first. The big thing is how well is it going to do going second?
Maiev versus Jaina.
You asked for it. None can escape my fury.
No, I am going second. There we go. So we're really looking for some of our weapons here. I don't actually mind just a coin and a weapon on turn 1, given I've got the Shark Fin Fan on turn 2 and Jungle Panther. You know, this is like quite an aggressive hand. But we also have to consider that, you know, your opponent makes a 2-3 or something like that.
Yummy fish.
Mind if I roll mead?
So I'll jot this out there. He may, he'll probably just ping it, but he may just choose to run his 2-3 into it and then play a 3-drop, which is also okay. And then what I can do is I can weapon up coin, make the Shark Fin Fan, and finish off the 2-3 if that's the case, which will be a 2-1.
What to do? What
So that'll
to
give
do?
me a 2-2 and a 1-1 on the board. If we draw a dragon, then that'll change things. I'll just coin out the Scale Worm and beat up whatever he's playing.
I wonder.
Not a dragon. Yeah, we've dodged the warriors so far. Generally, as you get higher wins, so they're going to start appearing. And we've kind of wasted his turn there, which is nice. No weapons though, which is I've got our dragon. We are good to go. Value. So now we have the board, and he's got to do 2 damage to it, so it's a little bit awkward. It's going to use up half of his turn to do that at least.
Rams? Those aren't exciting enough.
Yeah, okay. So we've got the tempo, and we've got Walk the Plank, which is very good at keeping hold of that tempo. We've got the Shark Fin Fan and the Perdition's Blade to kind of help build it as well on the following turns.
I wonder.
Hey, good tickets don't come cheap.
So one option here is to coin, play the Cold Blood on this, so it's an 8-5. That'll leave us with 6 mana. Maybe just either Walk the Plank on this guy or do the Fan with a Perdition's Blade to finish off the 5-3. Another option is to play this guy, weapon up, hit the 5-3, and then play the Perdition's Blade afterwards.
Justice is mine.
We'll go with that.
There's a price on your head.
I will crush you. Let's get the crusher out.
Justice is mine.
And we got Walk the Plank if he's got something like a net in, you know, a big taunt. Obviously, Primordial Drake is a bit of sad times, but we can deal with it.
Justice is mine.
He needed a lot more than a fan of flames there. Yeah, I know the card you're talking about. Needed 2 damage to everything. Overkill. He's on 2. I have a weapon. So, I mean, the crucial turn there, I mean, that was sort of turn 5, because he had the tempo in the first few turns. And then he had this really weak turn on turn 4, where he made like a 2-drop and, you know, pinged. And he lost the tempo at that point, and then he never got it back after that. It was just pressure from me. So whether he was just unlucky with what he drew, or whether his deck was just not that good. Here we go. So yeah, we're going to come up against plenty of hunters.
Can escape my fury.
And we're going second. Ooh, but the Shadow Blade is a nice card to have against him here. Yeah, Hunter going first is just a complete pain. Okay, that's an interesting draw, that, actually.
Truth is found.
Yawn! Yeah, so this is like just a loss at this point, because he's got Keleseth in his deck. Yeah, I can't see myself winning now, because cards like Dragonmaw Scorch are just completely useless. They're never dealing one, they're never killing things.
Ready? I'm...
Justice is mine.
So I just need to prevent as much damage as possible. I don't think it's about tempo there.
Rams? Those aren't exciting enough. Rams? Those aren't exciting enough.
Justice is mine.
So I'm thinking he's going to run the 3-4 into the 2-2. And then obviously I've got like the Dragonmaw Scorcher to finish it off after running the 1-1 into it.
The dark path is my
I am definitely feeling the Scorcher here. So somehow he's played Prince Keliseth, and I've got the board. I'm struggling to understand how I'm actually doing this, but okay. Ooh, nice draw.
Beast.
Justice is mine.
Let's get beating him up. Hopefully he plays something like a Violet Worm at some point that can just freeze for a turn and keep going face.
Access denied.
It's a beast! How lucky!
Justice is mine.
Well, this has to be
Beast.
explosive. But I wanted to get the taunt on the nesting rock, which is why I played it before attacking.
Play by the rules.
Justice is mine.
I wonder.
So I'm only on 12 here. So it is possible he could nuke me quite quickly if he's got certain cards.
Justice is mine.
And speed him up. Let's just beat him up. So even if he clears the board, I'm going to have 7 1/1s. Freezing trap, really? Well, doesn't have to be a freezing trap. But I think we still got to go face there. Since we still have lethal the following turn. Must be nice. And of course it's a beast as well. Like what else was it going to be other than another beast? Yep, and we lose as a result because he's got 2 legendaries. He's got Undaster and he also had Prince Keliseth.
I wonder.
So yeah, nothing we can do about that. Yeah, congratulations, you lose to legendaries.
Smart moves. I concede.
So yeah, he got lucky with his secret as well, giving him the freezing trap from his search for a random secret. Nothing you can do when they get the legendaries and you don't. And you go second. If I go first, we just win that game. against him, even with all of his legendaries.
Maiev versus Thrall.
For Doomhammer.
None can escape my fury.
So, like, turn 2 is fine for Rogue because you can weapon up. It's a really strong thing to do on turn 2. So, like, having a 2-drop is not that essential. Keeping a couple of 3-drops. One of the 3-drops being a utility card and the other one being a just sort of kill your guy card, which is what Jungle Panther is. It's very hard for Jungle Panther not to trade with whatever the opponent does. I guess we've got Dragon Slayer. That seems fine. I'm not going to attack the 3-2 and take 9 damage.
The sun has set for me.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just Dragon Slay it. You're probably thinking, yeah, fantastic.
At last, justice is mine.
Like, and there goes his tempo. Well played. He's now looking at Dragon Slayer going, what does this card do? That's ridiculous. Yeah, don't go all in on a dragon. So I've got Betrayal, so I'm going to go face a lot here and hopefully get to a situation where he has sort of 2 minions in play. Let's just continue going face.
Neither snow nor rain nor witch.
Great positioning for Betrayal there.
Justice is mine.
And we've got 2 good removal cards here. We've got this, which is also sort of, you know, good tempo for us, and the Violet Worm.
To Northrend.
That's a little bit awkward. One of the few cards. Okay, well, we'll just do it right back to him then.
Nor rain nor witch. Move. Justice is mine.
Seven drop, Begetting.
I'm like everyone's biggest fan.
Okay, so that was only 1 minion, that buff there. Which means he's got 2 spells. Probably a spell with Overload as well, so maybe I do just want to take this out if that's the case.
By the elements combined.
Did he play that wrong? Should he have filled the board and maybe attacked with his 2-1 first? Well, I guess if he's got removal,
Justice is mine.
you know, if he can do 6 in my face, then you know, fair play to him.
Yummy shroomies.
Scarab egg. What is this guy doing?
Justice is mine.
In for 10.
Justice is mine.
So I held off on playing the Grizzly that turn. He needs to top deck to kill me, so I'm fine with him going for that top deck. Again, I'd rather just build up the board a bit more and just finish him off.
You win this.
Shaman has the lowest win rate, so he's done quite well to get to 3 wins. So yeah, I think it's very close at the top between Hunter and Warrior. Priest is now
versus
6th, I think. I know Shaman is
None
9th.
can escape my fury.
Paladin is 7th. Well, our first not great opening hand here. Maybe it'll get better. But yeah, Hunter and Warrior are clearly way ahead. So yeah, again, this is fine. You know, weapon up, turn 2. I think it's Hunter, Warrior, and Rogue are the top 3. Mage is 4th. I'll have a look. I've seen the stats, but the lowest win rate is Shaman, with I think about 45%.
Ash to ash.
So the Swift Messenger is going to be a 6-2 next turn. I'm trying to work out why he coined out like a 2-3 of all things. So it makes me think that he's got an elemental he wants to play next turn.
Justice is mine.
And I think if that's the case, I want to build up my board a little bit more. If he's trying to trigger his elemental.
in the best shape of my life.
Hello Sips, yeah, I think my video has got a lot of people into Hearthstone 5 years ago. I actually got my beta key off one of the Blizzard staff. So when Hearthstone was in friends and family only, you needed a key, and you know, I had a friend who worked for Blizzard. He said, "Well, I'm not going to use it. You can use it." So I was able to start streaming before a lot of other people at the game, which is why I got a lot of views initially.
Justice is mine.
Yeah, Chris, so the first two drafts I ever did in this particular format, you know, when the set came out, was Shaman both times. And the first time I went 1 and 3. But then the second time I went 6 and 3. So, you know, you can still do okay with Shaman. But yeah, I because that 1 and 3 also told me that, yes, there are really bad Shaman decks you can get as well.
The light shall burn you.
Mind if I roll knees?
Justice is mine.
So I'm just trying to set up a wide board for this Stormwind champion.
Hear your heart.
Oh, well, maybe I don't do that. Maybe I just make a Furia setting. Because as it turns out, it's pretty good.
Justice is mine.
It's funny how when you draw one card, it just completely changes what you're going to do. Okay, that could be a handy betrayal there.
Think. My power over you grows stronger yet.
World class Mossy Horror.
Justice is mine.
How lucky! Mossy off the top,
Hide the polar bear express.
doing some havoc. Can he play around betrayal? That's the question. That's the question. Does he know how to play this game? And the answer is, maybe not. Maybe not.
Behold the might of Stormwind!
Well, he'll pick up a walk the plank. There's still 2 in my deck. There's a good chance he picks that up there. Or maybe I pick it up. Yeah.
Neither snow, nor rain, nor wind.
Justice is mine.
Another thought steal.
Justice is mine.
So my idea is just to fill up the board here and then walk the plank on his taunt, cold blood my other guy.
Prove your worth, cur.
And that will do. Maybe could have been a bit more aggressive with this guy a couple of turns earlier, but I felt like I was still on top of the game and I didn't want him playing a dragon that I couldn't deal with otherwise. So our one loss was to someone who made Prince Keleseth on turn 2 and also had an Unadaster. With only 2 cards in hand, had an Unadaster and another beast in hand on right at the end of the game.
None can escape my fury.
Well played. So in the rogue on rogue matchup, again, going first really helps. And luckily for me, I'm going first. Very often, like when I'm streaming, you'll see me itching my ears. It's because I'm wearing some earbuds and they're a bit tickly. I think it's the correct word.
Choose soon.
It's not like I've got an ear infection or something like that. You know, I've not got scabies.
Wanna blow something up?
Justice is mine.
Yeah, let's just take the 9. I don't want to play the shark fin fan and then him do sort of anything with taunt or any removal spell and just start beating me up with this 3-1 because I can't actually deal with this otherwise.
Justice is mine.
Well, not some great turns, not by a long shot.
Justice is
I'm
mine.
going to go face for one here because I'm on 18 already, so I'm not going to be beating up his minions too many more times. So I feel like it's missing out on a point of damage if I don't go face there.
Don't mess with Tusk.
But that's a nice draw.
Justice is mine.
So we've got lots of choices for whatever he does. We've got lots of different tempo plays and all the different mana costs as well. Make sure to get that 1-1 in the middle for the betrayal. And just keep going face. He couldn't deal with this last turn, so I'm figuring much the same, that he still can't deal with it that well this turn.
For the crusade!
How lucky! I'm just keep getting those great top decks. So 4, 5, 10 to the face. Water plank this guy. Combo this. Potentially 14 to the face this turn if we really want to. But I think we're winning this game, so there's no reason to take risks.
Justice is mine.
Maybe I keep the 1-1 there and finish it off with an attack. Just again playing around betrayal.
I wonder.
I don't feel so good.
But I was just thinking about actually just having lethal the following turn. He suddenly realised that I can count to 11 and hit the concede button. He's like, yeah. Six and 1. So, you know, the target with all these drafts is just always to get to 7 wins, and it's to get your gold back and get a couple of packs and bits and bobs on the side. And we've got a chance at that now. You know, I like Rogue. I was a bit unsure about it. I did one previous draft with Rogue, and I didn't draft a particularly great deck. And maybe that sort of tainted my opinion a little bit. But I think if you take the right cards, you can do quite well. Obviously, I mean we've dodged a lot of warriors as well, which helps tremendously. Now this is what scares me though, coming up against a paladin who's at 6 wins, because paladin's really bad. So it just makes me think, yeah, he's got a good deck. And we're going second, and we've got a terrible hand. So we may be getting beaten up here unless our draws improve considerably very quickly. But we have a hero ability that absolutely trumps the paladins. You know, he has to hero up 2 times, and I can use my ability to finish it off. So, you know, like, so far as tempo's concerned, I've got the beating of him there.
Reporting for duty.
Justice is mine.
So I think we tried to get the Beastmaster online and get lucky. Unfortunately, we've just drawn 2 of our beasts, which is, like, really tedious. Now, if we play the Beastmaster, he can double banana it up, give him 4/4, and then potentially with his 2 mana do some kind of buff or heal on it afterwards, which would be awkward. So we could just play the Jungle Panther and hit this for 1 damage if as an option. Which basically would force him to chuck a banana on it to stop me from heroing ability to kill it the following turn. But I want to chuck this out there to hopefully try and trade with his 4-drop. And maybe develop the board in some other ways afterwards. So obviously he's got 2 bananas he can chuck out there. Which makes me think if he's going to be summoning a lot of 1/1s or 1 toughness guys, maybe keeping our sort of hero weapon on board is important.
Swiftly. Think.
Rams? Those aren't exciting enough.
But I definitely like this. I don't want him to be able to kill this guy with his 2 bananas. So we basically have to go large now. Hopefully he doesn't find a way to give his guy taunt. We know he's got 2 bananas to buff it with, and he's probably got some other spell as well, like a Stegodon. Maybe missed out on a point of damage, but I'm thinking I still might use that to beat up a random 1/1 that he makes.
My turn? My turn!
Okay, that's not a bad draw.
Justice.
I'm feeling we're going face here. We got a lot of face damage here with these cards. We got some taunts and other things just to be awkward. Low. Well, we've got lethal. That'll do for me. We got there.
Justice is mine.
His deck was just too slow. He was just being too greedy, too expensive cards. And it turns out he just didn't have enough to deal with the damage. I can understand why he got to 6 wins, because Paladin actually, it's really weird, this Paladin does really well against Warrior. Because when people are drafting Paladin, they're drafting, you know, these really expensive, like, greedy decks. And if you're just coming up against Warrior, like, his Warpath does nothing against you. Like, a lot of Warrior's best cards just have very little impact against Paladin. But conversely, because your deck's slow, the Hunters and the Rogues of this world are actually going to do quite well against you. And that's what it is with Paladin at the moment. It's like, you know, you can pick Paladin if you want to farm Warriors all day, but you're definitely going to lose. He will lose 100% to a Hunter. Especially if the Hunter goes first.
Versus Valera.
Watch your back.
Oh, so we're going first. So yeah, we're chucking them all back because we're going first. Betrayal's not going to have that much of an impact. It's an okay going first hand. You know, we've got some drops. It's not necessarily the best to just weapon up on turn 2 and then play a different weapon on turn 3, but it might just be the case that that's what we have to do. Okay, we'll just beat this guy up instead. And there's right on cue. There's that card we would have liked on turn 1. Good morning, Paul. There's a whole 4 minutes of the morning left. Ooh, that was a nice draw. I like that. So yeah, he's chucking out a lot of 1 toughness guys against my hero ability, and I'm absolutely fine with that. Yay! Oh, look! Oh, look at it! Look at it! Ah! Look at this bad boy! We like some of that. He doesn't like some of that, but I'm liking that. That's looking good. That's the good stuff right there, isn't it? 3 mana, 5/6 on curve. Oh, he's not going to be happy when he sees that. Because he would have seen this trigger. He was like, oh, what's that? He knows I've got something. Well, yeah, I mean, let's be honest. We all know it's going to die to Dragon Slayer, right? We all know he's just going to pay 3 mana, kill your guy. Oh, well, there's my Dragon Slayer, in fact.
Justice is mine.
if he's got a betrayal here, he just has to take my 2/2 out of the way in the middle first. But we got a few things with Rush here. Oh, he's hit again! Oh, this is ridiculous! Look at this bad boy here. We just need a dragon now. Yeah, he's doing some work, that guy.
Think.
Neither snow, nor rain, nor witch.
Do I want to use this to take this out?
Move!
Right, just keep all my guys on the board. Make a nice big board. And I quite like damaging him because there are a lot of walk the planks.
Ha, this guy's toast.
Justice is mine.
So it is important to to focus on the face. We don't necessarily have to trade this off automatically. We've got to get some damage in.
A worthy fool. Come, try your
Ha, this guy's toast.
Well, again, we've got another person who's got some legendaries.
Justice is mine.
Not the first Prince Keliseth we've played against today.
At last, a worthy fool. Justice is mine.
I'll just threaten lethal on him and keep the board clear. He needs to walk the plank.
I wonder.
So we're going to be putting him on 1 at the moment. Yes, we are indeed putting him on 1.
Behold the might of Storm!
I get
Scoop! Immediately scoops them cards up. He's like, yeah, I'm not going back from this. Everyone fears the Stormwind champion. 8-1. So it's a good tempo deck, as curves nicely. But now, I mean, now we're going to be coming up against, like, the ridiculous decks, let's be honest. There's going to be a lot of unfair things happening to us from this point onwards. 8-1 is a scary place to be. Don't forget to subscribe and follow. Support your favourite streamer. That's me. I don't say that much. I don't pimp my channel like as much as I should. Ooh, I'm not liking this. A priest at 8-1. I don't like it when I come up against these people. They scare me. They really do scare me. Going second. That is exactly the kind of card we need against Priest. Like, Walk the Plank is MVP against Priest.
Stand down.
Yeah, he's just playing greedy Priest. You can tell straight away, can't you? His mana curve like starts at 6 or something like that.
There's a customer for every minute.
Never play this card. It's legitimately a terrible card. Like, all you do is you take one good card and one bad card and pray you get lucky. Do I really want to walk the plank this guy? It's just a Yeti. Well, we can just scorcher it out of the way, I guess. Like, that seems fine. Like, where possible, where against Priest, you wanna... If you can kill it with minions, kill it with the minions and save, like, the Walk the Plank for the one ridiculous card that you can't otherwise deal with. But yeah, exactly as predicted, his mana curve is starting at 6. Like, he's done nothing. He's just got a bunch of really greedy cards. Probably like 3 mind control, stuff like that.
Shut it down.
Yep, not feeling that impressive. A 3-4, but literally nothing else to play on the turn. Okay, well, we can work with that.
Justice is mine.
Shut it down.
But we're at the all-important 8 mana where he's now gonna just play Amber every single turn for the next 5 turns. Yeah, you know he's just got like more of those in his hand as well. Like, he's not playing that on a 3-4 unless he's got several more mind control cards in his hand. So I just want to set up a situation where he mind controls the 7/4 and I can still kill it and then kill all the 1/1s afterwards if needs be.
Let's crash this party!
So as we know, obviously his Violet Worm has got Death Rattle, so I'm guessing that's what he's hoping to summon.
Justice is mine.
So I mean, we're definitely not killing off his 6/5.
I must consider.
Team spirit be the best spirit. Go away.
There's the mind control. I mean, we all know he's got it.
Justice is mine.
Easy Priest is just a really tedious class to play against.
Do you like to play with fire?
Ooh.
I wonder. Justice is mine.
Swift Messenger all fungled up into being a 4/8
There's
with
a
Rush.
price on your head.
Then he mind controls one of the 2/1s, right? No, apparently he doesn't.
Mushroom power!
To my coast.
Justice is mine.
So we've seen a lot of the best cards Priest has. Mind Control, Psychic Scream.
Nice to meet you. Neither snow nor rain nor wind.
Yeah, not the greatest.
Justice is mine.
Psychic Scream them all into my deck, if you remember. I was like, wait a minute, I don't remember ever drafting this.
Justice is mine.
I just really don't like talking when I'm playing against Priest because they just fill me with so much hatred when you're playing against them. They just make you scream. Mossy Horror with Devil's Saw Egg, you say? I'm liking it.
Keep away.
It's me, mushroom.
He wasn't impressed at that. But with we're running him out of cards, he's getting into top deck mode with 8 cards left. Not a bad cold blood.
At last, a work will fall. Justice is mine.
I think we have to go face there. We've just got to go, well, you know, let's just try and kill you. He didn't have an answer for the 5/5 the previous turn. But it turns out he was just mugging a Shadow Word Death.
Justice is mine.
So yeah, if he wants to heal his 2/3, I just go face for 5. So he has to trade off.
I'm like everyone's biggest fan.
And of course it's a taunt. Makes complete sense. Ooh, that's a reasonable draw.
Justice is mine.
Yeah, he's done very well with his top decks, hasn't he? Down to 4 cards. Another amazing top deck. Not really what we want to see, is it?
Wow.
Well, would have been nice a turn earlier.
Justice is mine.
Couple of points off killing him. It's a shame that walk the plank. Real shame. Very close there. So we'll just wait a couple of minutes just to make sure we don't get paired up in with him again. I don't really want another 2-hour round. Unfortunately, those people exist. Can't win with grace or dignity. And we had a few draws there to take him out as well. So it was disappointing.
Mayev versus Rexar.
Well, I was thinking we've been very lucky to dodge all the hunters.
My fury.
And now we're going second against Hunter. So this might be the end of our run. Betrayal is something we really need as well.
Justice is mine.
So because I've got Shark Fin Fan in my hand, you know, it gives me something to do turn 2. And the weapon's never surviving because I've got a Perdition's Blade the following turn as well.
Justice is mine.
What annoys me about the Swabby here is that he's not sat on the head of the Shark Fin Fan. Yeah? Like, surely if they're together, he should be doing that. It makes sense, right?
Justice is mine.
Oh, we got lucky. We got lucky. We won the 50-50. Whoop, whoop.
You call that a
Neither snow nor rain. Justice is mine.
So the less face damage I can take, the better. So we've got a couple of options here. One is to make the Panther and Hero ability. He'll make another minion and then we get to play Betrayal on the following turn. We get to go like Betrayal, Perdition's Blade. Because all of the other options don't really look as good for us.
Justice is mine.
I mean, I could just make like the Dragon Maw Scorcher as another option, just because you know it's a reasonable enough body by itself.
Justice is mine.
So yeah, let's put a. He's obviously got removal because he's basically done nothing on turn 6, right? Oh, I feel so sorry for this guy.
Justice is mine.
It feels like we're playing Constructed. It's Constructed from 3 months ago. He goes Giggling Inventor, I go Mossy Horror.
Smash!
Justice is mine.
Well, that was nice of him. Not to attack there. Yeah, I'll take that. Thank you very much.
Justice is mine.
Did not expect that to happen. Woo, been a hunter. 9 and 2. So, like the deck. You know, it's got some good late game with the Etin, the Drake, the Violet Worm. Mossy's done a lot of value. Like, it's one of those cards that a lot of people pass up. But I think Mossy's really good in Arena. Especially for dealing with all the sort of the 1/1s that come out of these worms. And, you know, it turns out there are just a lot of 2 power guys in this format. But yeah, I'm very happy with 8 wins. I think. Oh, no, the priest.
None can escape my fury.
Really? Yeah. I think this is possibly the backlash from all the warriors. You know, everyone's just playing greedy priest now. I feel we play the fan, he'll coin out something, and then we'll take it out with a weapon. Oh, he just top decks the Holy Smite.
Mind if I roll knee?
So we're just going to go with the 2-1 here. If he coins out like a 4-5, I've still got Shadow Blade and the 2-1 for taking it out, and I'm not losing anything in that trade.
Think. Justice is mine.
Do I want to trade my Cold Blood for his 2-3?
Think.
I think the answer is yes.
Hey, give me that!
Because I need some more cards as well. And I just don't want him to develop a board.
Justice is mine.
Yeah, I was just working out my next few turns there. Taskmaster and Fungal Mancer seems okay. I've drawn all of my cheap cards against a priest, which is never good. Like, oh, and I need some late game cards. Oh, this is great. He's just wasted his bananas. That is definitely a great result for us. And again, I'm just looking for a bit more value out of that Fungal Mancer. I don't want to go, haha, surprise, kill your 3-3.
Great show today, folks. It's alright.
That's eating a walk the plank. I'll play the one I've just drawn, so he gets mad. He's like, you just top deck that, you're so lucky!
Prove your worth.
Yeah, I'm pretty lucky. Don't ask me what that accent was, I've no idea what that was. I think that was my actually accent. Well, actually, I think you'll find.
I wonder.
Annoyingly, it does die to Shadow Word Pain.
Out of my jungle.
So we're looking for a nice meaty minion now. And if he has a mind control, there's nothing we can do about it. Yeah, that's a meaty guy. We like a bit of him.
Justice is mine.
We've got to walk the plank if he's got something equally big himself. But again, we're really low on cards, so we just got to hope that all of these incredible cards, he doesn't have any of them. Well, we've hit our walk the plank target. Or maybe we haven't. Maybe we haven't.
Behold the might of Stormwind!
Yeah, I can't really afford to play Walk the Plank on a 2-2. Like, this is... Oh, order! Thank you, you've just given me an extra 1-1 because you can't attack stuff in the right order. Oh, of course it doesn't matter. Yeah, see, this is why Priest is very annoying. Luckily I've drawn both my Walk the Planks, so he won't be copying that out of my deck.
Me angry. Me also angry. Mushroom power.
Justice is mine.
Leave me be.
Yeah, him drawing 3 extra cards there should win him the game. Can't really beat that kind of card advantage. Yeah, we'll give him this one. Ah, this one's more than over, with me having a Scale Worm as my last card there. So maybe this is the way things are going with Priest. Basically, I'd drawn my champion, I'd drawn my Violet Worm, I'd drawn my Sleepy Dragon. Like, all of my good cards had gone against him. There was no getting back into it for me there. And some bad cards. Let's try again. Maybe I'll just, ooh, okay, ooh. Well, we've got a warrior, I guess we go warrior, right? Let's see how we can do with warrior. All reasonable cards. Charged Devil Saw is... I'm feeling it. But there are a lot of expensive warrior cards that we might want to pick up. So maybe we just take the taunts here. Just look at a, you know, a solid deck. Wow, getting some good cards to start this one off. Always take Dragon Roar. If you see Dragon Roar, take Dragon Roar. This card's ridiculous. So rush minions are very important in Warrior. You're just trying to preserve your life total until you get to the late game. And Steel Rager does that quite nicely. Mech, eh? Well, picking up a mech quite early. And we do have the Steel Rager. So it's a nice little cheeky 6/6 rush for 7. And these two cards are both absolute garbage. Well, more bad cards. Yeah, quite a few more bad cards, but I'm thinking the Cornered Sentry here. Ooh, that's a nice mech to have. To go with the 2 mechs I've already got. Devastate is very, very nice as well, however. And even the Chief Inspector's a good card. Let's pick up some mechs. Yet more mechs? Yeah, I'm thinking so. Well, there's Warpath. Always take Warpath if you're offered Warpath. Likewise with Dragon Slayer. I think Dragon Slayer is too good to pass up. Well, it's a mech, but that's pretty much all it's got going for it there. We don't really have any elementals, can't really do anything with that. If you get a wreck and you sort of stick a 1/5 taunt on it, it's quite an awkward early card there for 4 mana combo, isn't it? Because this becomes 2 mana. It becomes like 2/7, turn 4. This is just a guy, but it fits into the 4-drop range. More just, you know, solid good cards. I do like Glacial Shard. I think they're all good. We need a couple of big guys though. No weapons yet. But we do have this guy, and he works well given I've got stuff like the Bronze Gatekeeper and the Stonehill Defender. You know, like on turn 8, you're getting like a 4/4 taunt or a 4/5 taunt on the side. There's an argument for the Weaponsmith as well. Just because we have a little bit going on at 5 mana already. But I think we take the Dragon. I think there's still cards in that you can get. Oh, there's another Warpath, obviously going to take it. And the Dragonling mechanic works well with the Scalebane as well. I only have the 1 elemental, so no real need to take something like Sandbinder there. Another Dragon Roar. Gotta take it. So 2 Dragon Roar, 2 Warpath. Five for a 5/5, gain 5 armor. Oh, I really love Gilnean Royal Guard. Like, this card is incredible. There's another Dragon Roar. And there are, I mean, there's so many just completely broken dragons in the format. You know what? Let's go a third Dragon Roar. It's maybe a little bit greedy, but, you know, let's see where it gets us. Because, I mean, it is our late game, all of these Dragon Roars. I'm taking the Egg Napper because we've got a lot going on at 5 mana already. I think Darius Crowley is a pretty automatic pick here. He is the man. My deck seems to cost 5 mana. It does 5 mana very well, this deck, but Devastate's, I think, too good to pass up. I passed up one Devastate already. Obviously have to take a Sludge. Destroying your opponent's weapons, very important. A third Warpath. I mean, that's going to give us all the sort of early game we want. Whether we want an Execute to sort of mix it up. Because maybe we're a little bit weak if our opponent makes something huge. But even so, Warpath does 5 damage to everything, so even if he's got a big guy, we can still trade some of our guys into it. Well, looks like it's my day for legendaries here. So the Recruiter minion, there's a lot of bad minions in this deck, aren't there? You know, there's a lot of cards like, you don't want to recruit a Stonehill Defender. It's just sad. But King Mosh, I mean, we've got 3 Warpaths, so potentially you can set up situations quite well. Even at 10 mana, like Gromash with a Warpath. So for 10 mana, he's like a 10-8 with charge. So I think Gromash just sneaks it there. Well, let's see how it goes. It's obviously strong. We've got the solutions for the early game with the 3 Warpaths. And we got the 3 Dragon Roars for the late game. Because most dragons do sort of start at 5 mana onwards. Obviously, there's a couple of, you know, there's a 3/2 for 2, and there's a Nightmare Amalgam as a 3-drop. But then you're going to be getting cards like Emeris and Ysera at 8 and 9 mana that are just going to win you the game automatically.
Versus Uther. I will fight with honor for Cosmodon!
Well, we're going first, that helps. Chuck all of them back. There's a lot in my deck that costs 2 and 3 mana, so fingers crossed we can actually draw some of it before we get overwhelmed. I'm very happy we're going first for that reason. Like, the fact that you can't really get overwhelmed when you've got 3 Warpaths in your deck. You should be drawing one by turn 7, really. You know, you're going to have 10 cards by that point, which is a third of your deck. So you'd expect to draw Warpath. Hopefully this is to reduce the toughness to 1 card. I'll laugh if it is. But most likely it's going to be the one that gives the Divine Shield. So he's thinking about buffing already.
Reporting for duty.
Well, we want to trigger this because we want to get these like cards off him. I don't want to be attacking where he's got like a 5/5 that suddenly gets a divine shield. So there's no point going face there. We've got a nice Warpath Devastate combo for taking something large out.
Everyone's biggest fan.
I will purify the fallen.
I considered killing the 1/1 there in case he's got something just to buff the Silver Hand Knights.
Brave heroes of Gilnet, arise!
That feels a bit weak, personally.
So many choices.
Die as you lived.
Like, if you're putting that many 1-drops into your deck just on the hope of getting a Prince Liam, you know, maybe he's just picked a load of secrets for that reason.
Foul lizard.
Die as you lived.
Didn't really fancy trading both of my guys in just for his little slime there. I imagine he's going to try and build up a big board for his late game. Haven't drawn any of our Dragon Roars. We have a lot of good quality cards in our deck we're yet to see here.
Reporting for duty.
The red one tastes like cherries.
Let's see if he turns his guy into a 10/10. That would make me sad. That is a beautiful draw. really, really is a beautiful draw. Now he can't kill his ooze. Well, he can. He just needs some other cards to do that. Does he have a weapon? He's on 8 though. It's not good enough, I'm afraid. It's just not good enough. You gonna hit the concede button? So that was a bad draw. I didn't think the cards I drew were particularly good. I mean, I got 2 Warpaths, but I didn't get any of my Dragon Roars. And I didn't get my Stonehill Defender. So, you know, there were a lot. I didn't get Darius Crowley, which would have done some work there. But we still beat him. So the deck has potential. So we went 9-3 with our first run. Let's see if we can do better than that with run number 2.
For Cosmodon!
Going second to Shaman, obviously keeping the Warpath in this situation. So yeah, we're just going to be sitting here doing not much for many turns. And then deciding to do some late game cards. Yeah, Cultus, I'm not sure what he was thinking with his deck. I mean, he had some good cards, but he didn't really have a plan behind what he was doing. If that makes sense. So I've got Warpath, so if he wants to fill his board with 1/1s, you know, I'm cool with that.
Halt! Who goes there?
It's not a bad draw, actually. It's not a bad draw at all.
It's my turn!
Pick me, coach! That's what he should say. Pick me, I can do it. Not put me in, mon. I should have voiced that card. I would have done it properly.
Pass me that arc light spanner. Just me and Mr. Bite.
What two?
Again, I'm not really that bothered about any kind of early damage. I mean, yeah, you know, Bloodlust is an issue, but I'm going to assume he doesn't have it. You can't play around everything. And if he continues to flood the board, that's fine for me as well.
You hear your heart.
Send out!
That's a nice board. It would be a shame if something happened to it. It's like he's forgotten he's playing against Warrior. So if he's got something like a lightning bolt, he'll get a couple of bats out of this. If he doesn't, then all the better for me. Ah, he does have the lightning bolt. He just decided he'd play it last.
I will be your doom. Ready?
Order! It's always important to play them in the right order. I almost chuck this out first. I was like, wait a minute. Let's not do that. Let's see if he's got a volcano. Because that's one scary Gromash. Are you intimidated by the 10-7 scary man? He's getting greedy again. Oh, so greedy again. Why are you so greedy? Oh, you know, I just love this card.
Medicine insect.
Like, every time you get him, he's just like, yeah, this card's ridiculous. Saves my warpath. Volcano this turn, sir?
The red one tastes like cherries.
16 to the face, you say? And no more face damage, unfortunately.
Play by the rules.
Go. Look, I mean, I've still got 7 cards in hand. Like, absolutely smashing him. And still got 7 cards in hand. Like, this guy is just the epitome of greed, isn't he? Stop getting greedy. Now you're dead 'cause you got greedy. Like, finish the game with eight cards in hand to his 1. Yeah, that didn't feel fair at all, that game. Yeah, it turns out if you draw all 3 warpaths, your opponent's gonna have a bad time. Like, I just picked warpath over everything. Just the card's ridiculous.
The light shall bring
It's
victory.
not right.
Cosmodon!
Oh, we're against Priest. We've got a warpath, so... Bronze Gatekeeper with Devastate's alright for just taking something out and keeping my guy alive. But yeah, we're just going to warm her up against Slime Boy. we're not playing anything against Slime Boy.
Access denied.
Hey, wait a minute, I've got one of those. So we can go Warpath, Warpath, Devastate. He's obviously going to get a Dragon Roar out of my deck. I think that's pretty much a given.
I love armor.
So he has to run the 1-5 into the 3-1, then run the 1-2 into the 1-1, and then heal up the 1-2 afterwards. But like, this card's pretty much garbage against Priest, so it's, you know, it's just there to slow him down for a turn.
I must consider.
Like, he doesn't have to waste a card killing it if he's got any kind of brains here. Yeah, he just threw away a Shadow Word Pain for no reason at all there. Well, that's fine with me. I'm good with that.
Mr. Bitey.
Like, that works absolutely perfectly for me. Next turn we've got triple Warpath and Devastate if he plays something particularly meaty. If he doesn't, we've got Darius to take it out.
So many choices.
So next turn, potentially, we can magnetize this onto the
Access denied.
Bronze Gatekeeper.
Me angry. Me off the way. Protocol 7 engaged. Deploying countermeasures.
Oh! What's his double user? like, this is why you take Dragon Roar every time it's offered to you.
I don't need any of you.
Like, it feels pretty good. Oh, he's wasted the owl! He's wasted the owl! Ah.
I dream.
Deploying countermeasures.
I'm loving it. I'm just loving Dragon Roar. When he sees created by Dragon Roar, he just cries, doesn't he? He's there going, this is just depressing stuff.
I shall bring you rest.
Countermeasures.
I dream and the world trembles.
Might as well play a second one. Ooh, Nightmare's good against his 7/7. He's got a mind control. Or are you hitting the concede button?
Give me a quest.
My turn. My turn.
Maybe. No.
So, Nightmare on Ysera. Beat up this guy.
Maybe. No.
Deploying countermeasures. Ow.
I shall bring you rest. I shall bring you rest.
Failed.
I gotta move.
Play by the rules.
I can't play Dragon Roar or I'll overdraw. I'm going to overdraw it anyway. He's got the mossy. No, what you're doing, it dies anyway. Oh, he's terrible. What's he doing? It's going to die anyway, Edison. He's going to do it. Oh, my God. Why? Why you do this? Why?
My hand is full.
Oh God! Oh, it just makes me cry when you see these people. Just makes me cry.
I shall bring you rest.
More cards for me. I'm not sure what this priest is hoping at this point. I mean, look at this. I've got, like, at the start of next turn, I'll have 10 cards in hand. And he's got 4 and quite a pitiful board. Why are we still playing? Why is Dragon Roar a card? That's the question we should be debating here. Like, he's going through all the cards in his hand, he's just going like, nothing looks good here.
Not quite what was planned. The light shall burn you.
It must just be a priest thing to, like, rope.
Brothers, heed my call.
Another Dragon Roar.
Attack!
I shall bring rest.
So, like, I'm in no rush to kill him. I'm just gonna carry on piling on the cards. Do you know, when you see somebody like this, one of the things that I like to do is just, like, Google their name just to see if they're streaming. So it looks like he's got an Instagram, and a Pinterest page, and a Facebook page. Well, it could be him, it could be somebody else. Let's see if he's got anything to do with Hearthstone. No results for that. I mean, I can't imagine there's many TM Xanders in the world. But I'm tempted to just leave a message on his Instagram page saying, play faster when you're losing, please.
Not too quickly. I must consider.
I think we made him rage quit. He's hit the rage quit button.
I shall bring rest.
We'll dream that back to his hand in case he wants to destroy his own 1/1s, right? It's just beautiful to watch somebody get absolutely crushed. Right. Yeah, I'm just playing completely unfair cards against you. Yes, a moment's silence for TM Xander. Valued to death. W0. Yeah, Dragon Roar's a completely fair and balanced card. He probably should uninstall after that game. I probably did enough damage to his computer as well. Didn't just kill him, killed his computer and his internet connection along with it.
Cosmodon!
Well, we're going second. I'm not sure how much of a thing that matters. Ooh, that's a nice draw. I do like Corrosive Sludge against other warriors. Yawn. Well, I hope that my dragons are better than your dragons, that's all I'm going to say. bit grisly.
Hide the polar bear express. Let me in, man! It's my turn!
So I can either warpath for one to take his guy out. Oh, well, he's kind of missed the mark on his as well there. It's a dragon.
At last!
Oh,
And we've got the Dragon Moor guy finishing his one off. Well, I was going to do that, but then he played a Super Collider. Now I'm still going to do it. I'm definitely going to do it now. Let's wait a turn with our Corrosive Sludge. Yeah, it's the one card that this deck didn't get, wasn't it, the Super Collider? But you can't get everything in life.
Dark One snatch all!
Let's see if he's got another one. Ooh. A Nosdormu. It's anti-priest card. He's got greedy. Why is everyone so greedy in this game?
Play by the rules.
So I've got a 4-point warpath and a devastate, which is like the plan for clearing the board here.
That was an error.
defend the gates!
Maybe... No.
I was considering on 5 doing a Dragon Moor Scorcher, But I think that's maybe a little bit too good to just throw away there. I still like having Warpath with Gromash. There's a bit of sort of 10-point face damage.
Fools these mortals be!
We're doing well for Warpaths.
Maybe... No.
I think we just keep valuing him here. He's got 4 cards in hand, we've got 7. I don't need to start chucking cards away. I mean, the cards I've got, other than the 2 Warpaths, aren't particularly good. They're probably all of my weakest cards possible here.
Unity, precision, perfection.
Me and Mr. Right!
Like, I could throw a Fairy Dragon out there, but I'm thinking he's probably got a Warpath as well at some point.
For the War Chief!
I sense your struggle.
Magic neutralized.
Neither snow, nor rain, nor wind.
We'll take the big guy there. Yeah, well, big is better. This is just all about value. And armoring up and more value. And I've got the Dragonmaw Scorcher for all these 1/1s. He's seen me play Warpath. He's like, there's no way he has another Warpath. A bit of an afterthought that, making this. So, a bit of a mistake in order there. Brawl? Yeah, you can have 3 bad cards.
I gotta move.
Float like a butterfly.
Sting like a
So he has a volatile elemental, a bronze gatekeeper,
I must choose out of my
and that's what he top decks. Must be nice.
I gotta move.
So there's no point overcommitting to a board in case he's got like Warpath or Brawl or something. Like just keep hold of some cards.
I'm warning you. I'm unstable. Access denied. Float like a butterfly.
Sting like a bee. I gotta move. Keep up.
Right, let's get now off the board there.
Neutralized.
Clever girl.
You get Ziliax? I get Ziliax. And we're down to the dregs now. We're down to the bad cards. We've just,
Unity. Precision. Perfection. Surrender imminent. Rush the enemy. Defend with heart.
yeah. Things looking a bit grim over that side of the board due to triple Warpath.
Light the fuses.
It's a mech!
Surrender imminent.
I'll play another Dragon Roar. With 5 cards still in hand. Oh, Warrior is just just ridiculously unfair. I mean, we went 9-3 with Rogue, so you know 4-0 is a good start with Warrior. But Warrior, it just feels ridiculous when you get the good cards playing Warrior. It's like, yeah, didn't get a Super Collider, boo-hoo. It's kind of funny, we don't really have any weapons, so you're going to have opponents holding on to Swamp Oozes and stuff like that. And it's just not going to get any value against us at all. But they have to keep a Swamp Ooze in their hand, because if they've got a Super Collider, they just lose the game.
Versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
For Cosmoda.
Yeah, let's be chucking these cards away. You can all go away. Well, we've got some early game. It's weak, but it's still early game.
The light protects me.
It's even worse early game now he's played that.
I cannot do that.
It's like Egg Napper's looking particularly pathetic. Like, very often you play Egg Napper and you're like, okay, he's just gonna like use his turn to ping it, and that's okay.
I love
But now he doesn't even have to waste his turn pinging it. Well, he obviously doesn't have a play, or else he would just have done that instead. Which is kind of nice, really.
Just me and Mr.
Go, Mr. Bitey! Mr. Bitey is in fact a mech. Important to note.
Tazdingo! Yes!
Commence the beatdown!
Don't blink. You might miss it.
Ooh, a fireball. I'm more worried about the dragon roar that I've just given him. Because we know it's got to be a dragon roar or warpath. Like, what else can it be?
Out of my jungle!
Well, Phantom Militia's a good late game card, right? Hatchling's pretty reasonable as well. Maybe Hatchling's better. No, I think Militia's better.
Yeah.
So we've got Warpath. We don't necessarily have to chuck load of guys. Hi Demon Soul, how are you? Well, I'm doing quite well. 9 wins with my first
Soar like a butterfly.
deck, which was Rogue today, and 4-0 with this one. So I think I still want to get a little bit greedy. Well, we have drawn a second Warpath, so
Maybe... No.
maybe we can afford to just chuck one Warpath away here. But I kind of quite like the idea of just fireballing this guy out of the way. Letting him build the board up a bit more.
Sweet treats for shrunken heads.
Yep, so if it's a mirror image, this is the best play.
Ready? I will be your doom.
Amazing.
Like, because I don't want to give him this guy. I don't really want to give him any of these.
At last, a worthy fool.
The red one tastes like cherries.
So I'll play a big guy because he can't really go face against it.
Nice to meet you.
And if he does, I've got a 5-point Warpath. Oh, he got Gromash. Okay, he got that. I was about to say. So I'm going to play Dragon Roar to finish the turn off, because there's some 9 casting cost dragons I'd really want to play next turn. As it turns out, I didn't get any of them, but that's okay.
Mushroom power!
Our ritual shall never end. Our ritual shall never end. Our ritual shall never end.
Let's see if he's got a Flame Strike. Turns out his deck's even greedier than mine.
To arms.
Faster in my swamp.
Well, the good stuff keeps coming, doesn't it? So there's the Pyroblast that he's been saving for all of these turns.
Neither snow nor rain nor witch. Move!
I guess we're playing a volatile elemental.
I'm warning you. I'm unstable.
Well, he got there. If he's got anything at all.
Need a key?
No warpath for his army of 1/1s.
Whoops. Nice little raptors.
What two? My turn to show them what's what.
Yeah, I think we've got to trade off there rather than go face. Another mirror entity. Well,
Rush the enemy! Defend Gilneas! Rush the enemy! Defend
How did these
Gilneas!
go into veil?
Still on 1. Now he's had a lot of spells in his deck.
Happy feast of winter veil.
Warpath? Ooh. Would be nice, wouldn't it, with a dragon? Not quite enough, though. So we were missing possibly a crucial warpath, I think. And, like, we got one Dragon Roar off, and it was particularly uninspiring, our Dragon Roar. I think maybe if we'd picked up a Deathwing or, like, another one of those Scorchers, something like that. Early stream today, because I'd woken up. That's basically it. Normally a night owl. Just, you know, when Christmas comes around, relatives pest you, so... That's kind of why I'm stuck. So going second against Rogue. I think Cornered Sentry is pretty good against Rogue, actually.
Nice little raptors.
Like, even if he's got a Cold Blood, he's still using a card.
Who goes there?
Neither snow nor rain nor wind. Move! Run for it!
Yeah, but we'll take that guy out. We don't want him getting any bigger.
Hey! Good ticket.
Now, Rogue's typically, like, fast tempo, and, you know, if I can draw any of my warpaths, like, I should be good. I just have to draw them.
Let me in, man! It's my turn!
Like, I don't really care about him drawing 2 cards. I just want to get the board as clear as possible, keep it as clear, and hopefully get a warpath. Like, because I'm going to get all of the card advantage from the 3 Dragon Wars and stuff like that.
My turn to show them what's what. Time falls. Out of my jungle.
I'm liking it. Oh, he's not going to be happy with this turn, is he? He is not enjoying this turn. That I can tell you. Yeah, he was sitting pretty there, wasn't he? And then all of a sudden, oh, everything dies. I was just making sure my war gear had magnetic there. I was like, yeah, I'm fine doing it in this order. 6-10 seems okay. I'd love to be able to get greedy and like Emeris and turn this into a 10-10 and then magnetize it. But I don't think we're going to get that luxury.
They are bent to my command.
Protocol 7.
Deploying countermeasures.
No, let's just take the big guy out here.
Snow, no rain,
Let's
no
just keep
wind.
getting the value here. Face for 10 with Gromash. I mean, that's a scary Gromash if I play Emeris first, isn't it?
Maybe.
Well, he should have a walk the plank here. I can't imagine him not having a walk the plank.
I usually work alone.
Big, sharp, pointy teeth!
So I'll play the one off the top of the deck, just to make him angry that I've just top decked it. And now we've turned around the card advantage.
I smell blood.
Rotten to my core.
Yeah, it's a pretty terrible turn from him.
Be reborn in the
Look at this bad boy! Look at this bad boy right here!
Halt! Who goes there?
We're liking it. What is ridiculous? Ah, this is so unfair, isn't it?
I can wait no longer. Taste my blade.
What is this deck doing? 14. And they're both damaged as well, so he can't even walk the plank. That was the reason I did it in this particular order. He can't walk the plank them. Yes, you have a good think about this one, Rogue. I don't care about Super Collider. I really don't. I just don't care. I just don't care. $6.22. That's nice. I have a 6.22. Ooh. I'll have some mechs. Mechs are good.
So many choices.
Magic neutralized.
Nice super collider you've got there. Who cares?
Once was a man from
Who cares? I don't care. Congrats, you've just killed yourself.
Surrender imminent. Rush the enemy! Defend united!
Smart moves. I concede.
Seems pretty good. Yeah, when you get Emerus, just ridiculous things happen. Like the way you build this warrior deck, it just screams Emerus all over. I think a few of our opponents have just been completely disgusted by what we've done to them today. So yeah, 9-3 with our first draft, and second draft chugging along there now. 5-1. Oh, Hunter. Boo to Hunter. I'm going to keep the Dragon Roar. Like, I could chuck it back, you know. Like, it's not a great tempo play, but we're going first. And we had their Warpath already, which is important. Now we've got double Warpath, which is even better.
I smell blood.
It's Emerus again! And we've got the Drake for gaining 5.
Time for sure.
Damn shame, that. Damn shame. I feel for him, really I do.
Access denied.
So we're just going to stick a speed bump in the way. This allows Warpath to kill both of those minions. It's an interesting draw, that. It's a real interesting draw.
Maybe... No. Maybe... No.
1 point Warpath doesn't really do enough, does it? But we can do a 2-point warpath with the sentry next turn. That puts a sizable taunt up.
Fester in my swamp!
That'll do. It's a beast, I believe. Oh, it's a dragon. Okay. If it was a beast, I'd have been a little bit more annoyed. Obviously, if he runs that into that, then we can do a 2-point warpath to take it out. Assuming he has some way of finishing off my 5/5. If he doesn't do anything relevant, we can just play the Scalebane, armor up for 2.
Quickly.
So many choices.
You are not welcome here.
So again, if he runs the 6/7 into the 5/5, we've got a 2-point warpath to clear.
Nice little raptors.
Float like a butterfly.
Sting like a bee.
So we're basically going to outvalue him, so as long as he doesn't go face, we're going to do well. And if that's a freezing trap, I want to be able to pick up the former champ rather than this 5/5 here.
Try harder, man.
Oh, well, that's a little bit unfortunate for him, isn't it? I was hoping for a Zilliax off here, but that's pretty good. Crushing walls! Oh, lucky! He is not going to be happy with that one, is he? He's not going to be happy at all. It's a big boy mech there.
Access denied. Protocol 7 engaged.
So many choices. Keep up!
Ooh, the red one tastes like cherries.
Maybe... No.
This puts me to 2 if I make this, but it does a reasonable job of clearing the board afterwards.
You dare challenge the daughter of Deathwing?
Well, there you go, he had a Mossy. Not much we can do about that.
Put this apple on your
Right,
head.
well played. Oh, order from him there. Wow, really? You're not going face? Really? You're not going face and putting me to 2 life? That seems really poor from him there. Really, really poor. Like, why would you not want to try and kill me there? Didn't get enough, unfortunately. Maybe we could have done things a bit differently in that game. He just had too much reach in the end. I mean, we went second to Hunter, so it's kind of expected to lose. Yeah, but that Mossy was painful. And we just didn't get a warpath when we needed it. Or the Scorcher. The Scorcher would have done the job as well. But yeah, Warpath would have took out the 7-1, then took out all the 1-1s afterwards.
Magni versus Gul'dan.
Your soul shall be mine.
For Cosmodon!
I'm going to keep the Gatekeeper. We're going second, so we generally want to be defensive. So lots of taunts and hopefully get a Warpath at some point. And we can coin out the War Gear if the Bronze Gatekeeper's still there. Yeah, that's a pretty nice dragon. I'll have a 4-8.
Yeah, it'll grow back.
This guy, he just wants to murder me, this guy, doesn't he? Like, leave me alone.
Access denied.
So I want to get this guy off the board, because if he gets a couple of bananas, it becomes a 5/7, and that's not good.
Put me in, man! It's my turn!
And I want this war gear to be a big boy.
Protocol 7 deploying countermeasures.
Yeah, let's just go face there. I've got two massive guys. I'm not bothering trading off. It's like, let's end this game sooner rather than later with him having 9 cards in hand.
I wonder.
Like, even with 2 bananas, he can't kill the 6/8.
I wonder.
Mushroom power!
It's fine, he's still double trading.
Out of my jungle!
I am going to trade there, though.
We hear your heart.
And obviously, because those are trading with mine, I'm just going to go face there, get an extra 4 points in. Yeah, Spark Drill's going to take him out.
The sun has set for me.
Seemed decent enough. So if this guy sticks for a turn, Mortal Coil, obviously. And at least the Cobalt Scalebane.
We are one. We are one.
You know what? A Warpath would be really good against this guy. Like.
At last, a worthy foe.
So I'm just going to armor up here because I wanna get to my Warpaths. I don't want to die before that happens. It's a shame that that missed. If that could have gone over there and turned it into a 5/11, it would have been so much better. Well, Crowley's got a target at the very least. Still no warpath though.
Rush the enemy! Defend Gilneas!
Nice little raptors.
I will be your doom.
Attack!
And again, misses the good stuff. Like, god damn it. Three warpaths in my deck. Playing against someone with voids and everything else. Just need a warpath.
I'm warning you. I'm unstable.
$15 cards to go. 3 warpaths. Oh, finally drawn one. I guess we do it for 2 more. Actually, 1 more, yeah. Cool. And hope to draw another warpath next turn, which we can do for 5. No, yes. Let's do it for the whole lot. We're basically our out as another warpath.
Bubblies and yummies.
It's not a warpath. So he basically made this guy, cubed it, managed to kill his cube with another card, and I proceeded to not draw any of my 3 warpaths against him. That was a little bit annoying. But it's what happens. I don't know, it felt okay. It felt like I got unlucky on a fair amount of those ones that I lost. Like when you've got 3 warpaths, you kind of expect to draw one in your top 15 cards.